The XRP price has been rallying towards the upside, but there's a massive pattern shaping up where we're going to see even further pushes in the XRP price. So guys, why has this been happening? Well, if we jump across to Bitcoin, very similar things have been happening in Bitcoin. And I want to point out, before we look at XRP, because Bitcoin is giving away the key to what is happening in XRP right now, because Bitcoin has already done it, XRP is kind of waiting to happen. Now, what you want to pay attention to in Bitcoin, obviously we got up into this area here, we kind of were like breaking down towards the downside. So we kind of identified a bit of a trend, what was happening here. What we then want to look for is this point here, okay? When we have a strong push away from this trend, if we're then creating a bottom, then we're looking for it to get back towards this area. Now, what we can look at as well on this Bitcoin chart is the area in which Bitcoin bounced. Now, when we're getting these strong rallies out of an area, right, we want to come back to look at where that rally came from. We want to understand what this is. This is where the big money's accumulating funds. So we know that they're going to come back to the price at which they're willing to pay. So for Bitcoin, they're willing to pay between $20,500 and $21,500. So once the price got back into this area, we were looking potentially for some sort of a pullback. If we'd broken through that zone, then we would have looked lower down. But this is a very, very key pattern. Once we get our kind of trend towards the downside, we can see that we rally back around, find the bottom, and then here, because we've already moved away from it and come back into it, then this is a pretty sure sign that we're going to have a break and a break above. And the reason I'm showing you Bitcoin, because looking at XRP, guys, a very similar thing has played out. Well, we've got ourselves this pattern here. So look at Bitcoin. You can see what happened after this breakout. We came up to here. Look at XRP right now. XRP is sat and it's just broken beyond this area. Now, you would imagine that XRP is now going to do a similar thing to what Bitcoin's done. Bitcoin from here rallied about 12%. So looking back to XRP, are we going to see a similar push? Well, we're not necessarily going to see 12% because obviously it's a different chart, but I would say that perhaps even bigger because of the market cap. Now, what we could say perhaps would be to take a swing high to a swing low on the Fibonacci, and then we would be looking 1.618, 1.618 golden ratio. Looking back to Bitcoin, did we get 1.618 coming out? We have yet to reach 1.618. You would anticipate that Bitcoin is going to get to the $25,800 level. XRP up to its 1.618. We can take a percentage push. Then you're looking at a 19% push in the XRP price. Is this a significant area? So diving out a little bit further, we can see that potentially this is an area of interest because in the past, yes, while we did rally above it a couple of times, you can see that this line does definitely represent an area that was previously resistance. And here you can see it held as support. So XRP theoretically should be pushing to around 47.4 cents, which would be a good 20% push for XRP and potentially a good trade. So potentially looking into end day trade, then we've got our breakout here. I've got my stop loss just under the wick of this daily candle, also crucially below the 0.5, and then all the way back up here. So basically looking in here, you've got an 11-to-1 risk to reward ratio. You've got your stop loss just under the daily candle here, also down below the 0.5. And then you're targeting this one up here, the 47.4. Obviously, that's not financial advice. I'm not telling you this as a trading signal. It's just what I'm looking at as a potential option for a long trade and how we can get into long trades here because it's 11x, right? So if I make 11x here, then for the next 11 trades, if I'm risking 1%, then I've got 11 risk-free trades. And this is how moving into a bull market, we can make some really good gains. Because every time we're getting these pullbacks, we can identify where the bottoms are, and ideally you would have got in down here. And obviously identifying these areas earlier would be even better, right? Clearly it was an area where we're getting buying coming in. We get another area of buying coming in, strong push out, and then you could have already be up into profit here, and then you could just let it run up here. But I think XRP looking very bullish short term. Interestingly, Bitcoin is actually rallying against the DXY, which is actually broken out above this line, which we've been in since November. You would have anticipated this push up, showing that Bitcoin was likely to fall down, but Bitcoin did the absolute opposite. And that's because the US economy is starting to look a bit more stable. Inflation appears to be coming under control. Therefore, interest rates, which have been going up, might start to tail off. And if interest rates start to fall, then the Bitcoin price is going to absolutely boom. It's going to drag the rest of cryptocurrency with it. And if you want to get into my Telegram group, where yesterday I talked about the potential Blur was showing for a big push, and it's gone up 89% since I shouted that out, then make sure you get in my Telegram group. Link down below, absolutely free in the description, guys. If you're looking to trade XRP or Bitcoin or anything like that, and you're an experienced trader, then come across to a Fairdesk link down below. You get it up to a $600 bonus, as well as that if you're an inexperienced traders like this who have made $124,000. You can see that his followers here have been making insane gains. One of them has made $43,000, and this one down here has made $12,000 in just the last few days following this experienced trader. So get through that link down below in the description, sign up for FairDesk today. You can get a bonus, and effectively you can do copy trading for free, obviously not without its risk, so do not use money that you can't afford to lose. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, get into my Telegram, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye-bye.